Hello, everyone, and welcome, colleagues. At long last, we are so excited to share our interview with Susan Blommaert, aka the fantastic actor who played Phyllis Paddock in the episode Die Hand Die Verletzt. We can't overstate enough just how thoughtful and charming and friendly and generous with her time Susan was, and it was truly an honor to get to interview her. She's also asked us to specifically mention that when she gives us a compliment at the very end of the episode, she told us we were not allowed to edit it out. So thanks, Susan. Next week, we'll start our summer reruns. We're going to focus first on the theme of classic X-Files monsters, and then on Liz and Helen's best mistakes. We'll also sprinkle in a few new episodes throughout the summer. So just a reminder, though, if you have thoughts as you listen to episodes, feel free to write in, even though it's our off season. Even though it'll mostly just be reruns till fall, it won't be exclusively reruns. Plus, each rerun is going to have a new intro with me talking about some new stuff. So, as usual, feel free to share your own spooky stories, your thoughts on our takes on the episodes, your advice on ensuring musical instruments aren't haunted, more examples of me and Helen's unreliable memories, or anything else. And now, enjoy the interview.
I'm Helen.
And I'm Liz.
And we're sisters,
scientists,
and lifelong X-Files fans.
And this is We Want to Believe. All right, welcome everyone. Today we're interviewing Susan Blommaert. And Susan is an accomplished actor likely best known for her role as Mr. Kaplan on the NBC crime thriller The Blacklist. But today we're excited to talk to her about her terrifying portrayal of Mrs. Paddock on the X-Files Season 2 episode Die Hand Die Verletzt. And of course, we're excited to talk to her in particular. We really wanted to do this since we did our X-Files Villains Bracket tournament, matching Monster of the Week villains against each other, and Phyllis Paddock dominated that competition. But yeah, we just wanted to start by asking, what was the process like for getting that role? How did you hear about it? What did you think about it? We're not in showbiz. We don't know about that. So I was just curious.
I'm based in New York. But in probably 1991, I started going out to LA during what was then called pilot season. It was a very specific kind of early in the year, January, February season where a lot of the new shows were being cast. And so I would go out there for a month or two, look for work, and then I would go back.
Oh, okay.
So I'd started going out there in 91. I think first job I ever got, I was lucky. I got an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
wow! Which was kind of the first job I got, and actually one of the first auditions I had. But so I obviously had gone out there during. I forget. This episode aired, I believe, in 95.
That sounds right to me, but
so it probably was cast and shot sometime in 94. So I was out there doing the pilot season thing. Mm-hmm. And the way it worked is I got a call from my agent that there was an audition for this show called The X-Files. I did not know the show.
Oh, you didn't?
And I guess it only would have been if this was the previous year, since this came out, I just double checked, it was 95. This would have been, since it was season 2 that it aired in, it would have only been in its first season then when you would have gotten the script for it. So...
Oh, probably. Yeah. Speaking to which, when you get that kind of thing, I didn't get the script.
Oh.
Usually you get what they call a side, which is just a scene or whatever they want to see for the audition. I remember this audition, actually, so I got a message from my agent that I had this audition, and they sent me the material. I may be wrong about the fact of not getting the script, but I think I would remember this if I got it first. So I probably got a few of the scenes, that they were going to ask me to do at the audition. And I remember it was early on when I would go out to LA, so it still was so exciting to drive on to a studio lot.
Oh God, I bet.
I remember the first time I went into the Paramount lot and those arches and things that you've seen since you were growing up.
Wow.
And this was probably the old 20th century Fox lot.
Yeah.
So I remember going out to the lot and parking and still being very excited about just being,
Yeah.
And then we all had to find this place on Studio Lot, which is a challenge. They're big. And when you don't know, you really don't know. So those of us who are auditioning for this role. We're all kind of together, and I think it was kind of like a trailer area.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was pretty small. I knew a few of the people.
Oh, okay.
Someone I knew from New York who was an extremely good actress. A couple other people who I recognized as really extremely good actors. And I thought, I don't stand a chance in hell.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize that hell might have been the operative word of that statement on my part. I didn't know that at that point. So when I went into an audition, you go into this little room and then it used to be this way. Now it's all online. But you go in and you perform for usually the producers and the director, hopefully, of the episode. So I did the audition and I felt okay about the audition. And but when I walked out, I still saw those people who were still there, people who were coming.
Oh,
and I thought, yeah. But fortunately, as it turned out, I got that role. So it wasn't until I got the script that I kind of realized what the show was.
Oh, wow.
And I was even more thrilled at that point. Because, for me as an actor, it's always about the writing. It's always about the writing. And that was really a well done episode.
Yeah.
It was just fabulously done. And I thought, this is going to be interesting and exciting. So that was the process of it. I don't know how many days I waited to find out if I got it. You try to just go, okay, that's go on, whatever. But anyway, that is how I got it. And I'm sorry for the other people that I knew. They didn't not get it because they weren't good, because I know they were really good. I must have just had something a little more diabolical, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
I can't imagine anyone else playing that role. Like, you're so perfect in it.
It is interesting, the combination of that, it's the humor and the seriousness.
Yeah.
And the depth in a lot of the instances of that particular episode.
Do you remember what the scenes were that you auditioned with? Do you remember what the pieces were, or what parts of it?
That I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, but it wasn't anything that kind of gave it away.
Long time. Well, there must have been an element, because, as I say, I kind of I go by the words, and there probably, I have a feeling it might have been two different scenes, probably one where it's Mrs. Paddock as the substitute teacher, and probably one where I was actually Lucy or Lucy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, seeing like you do the I'm nice side and doing your actual nature side.
I have a feeling that they probably would have tried to, if someone could do carry out both those things with whatever viewpoint they had.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
How did you approach that? So you got the role, you were offered the role, and then how did you kind of find that right tone in an episode that's kind of humorous, also kind of dark? What were you drawing on anything in particular?
I feel that, when I read the script and I saw that I opened the drawer and there was a heart and eyes in the drawer, I thought, that's really funny.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, but the only way to do that for me is to do it as seriously as one can. Although I actually recently rewatched that episode. I was doing a workshop of a new play in Colorado.
Oh, cool.
And and I will say that because I'm old, the young people in the cast had discovered that I was on the X-Files. And they found the episode and they insisted on playing it. So I, not too long ago, have watched the episode. And I did realize when I watched it, first of all, you wince a little bit because it was a long time ago and I've learned a few things since then. But I remember seeing every once in a while, there was a slight glint in my eye on occasion. And I think that's when Paddock would have thought, I'm going to have a good time. So it has to be, I mean, for me, any kind of comedy or humor and any acting has to just somehow just be pretty straightforward, simple, and real.
That makes sense.
Then it's all about the writing. It's the way they wrote that. I mean, as long as you were honest to what they wrote, you would get hopefully what they needed, the tone that they.
It seems like sort of like perfect combination then of their writing and then your portrayal. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I watched it recently with my husband who.
It was a great role, and I had a good time. I had a really good time.
Oh, that's so good to hear. That's awesome. What was that like on set? Like any memorable experiences?
Because I really hadn't seen the show, and it was a little bit before the time where I could just like go on my computer, pull it up, and watch an episode.
Yeah.
So, and it happens. TV happens very quickly. You kind of audition, you get cast, and you could be working in a couple days.
Oh wow!
And they were still shooting in. They had gone to Vancouver. Mm-hmm. They were shooting that. They shot that in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So they flew me up to Vancouver, and they sent over two things. They sent over a few tapes for me to watch. So that's when I really started to know what I was involved in and how exciting that was. But also they sent over a call sheet which lists the actors and etc. And when I saw Dan Butler's name,
oh yeah,
Dan and I had been understudies for an off-Broadway show in New York City years before this, before he had gone out to LA.
No kidding.
Wow. But I hadn't seen him in years. So I just sent him a message through the hotel saying, "Sorry about the snake, sweetie. Let's meet for a drink." And that's when I learned how terrified he was of snakes.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
I literally had, I think, a phobia. I would run from a snake or do the table, standing up on a chair thing. So I sympathize with it. But because he literally had to be.
Oh, yeah. He's up close and personal. Yeah.
That I didn't realize how potent that "sorry about the snake, honey" comment might have been for him. But it was wonderful to see him, and he's just fabulous in the show. Fabulous.
Yeah, and I knew him most because I watched Frasier growing up, so I just knew him as Bulldog. Yeah. And then when I got to that episode, I was like, it's Bulldog. And then, I mean, of course, he's completely different and so good in it. Yeah. And yeah.
He was also extremely good in the play.
Oh, so. That's awesome. That's cool that you guys already knew each other and
so
do that and everything. That's so funny.
Bonus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Although if I think about it, I'm not sure. I don't think we never had a.
Oh yeah, I don't think you do.
We never actually had a scene together.
Yeah. How long did it take to film the episode? Like how many days?
I don't remember that. I mean,
that's fair.
Often an hour long can be almost a couple of weeks of shooting.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, you could have told me 2 days or anything. I have no idea.
And they're very efficient budgetarily about how they use their people. If they can get, if they can shoot your stuff within 4 days versus 2 weeks, they, will try to do that. But I was probably there for at least a week.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
So fans of the episode are divided on what Mrs. Paddock actually is. Do you have any theories about her nature or her origins? People speculate that she is the actual devil. Do you have any theories yourself or background knowledge?
I felt that she was a pretty high fallen angel, if not Satan.
Awesome. I don't know why that makes me so happy, but it does.
At least that I didn't feel like I was reporting to anybody. Put it that
I
way.
love that.
That's great.
I wasn't going like, "Is that okay?"
Yeah.
No. It's just like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So that's my feeling. Whether they felt that way or not, I don't know.
I mean, I'm going to take your word on it, and I think it makes sense. And when we were doing the X-Files villains bracket matchup, anytime we had, Mrs. Paddock versus Virgil and Canto versus the Fluke Man versus the Eve clones, it would always just be like, well, of course she's going to beat them. And like we would survey people online in different X-Files, on Reddit or in different fandom areas, and people would be like, oh yeah, she's gonna, light a candle and destroy them in like 5 seconds. And it occurred to me, like, she's one of the only villains that doesn't get caught, doesn't have anything bad happen to them. There's that "it was nice working with you" message on the chalkboard.
I just walked fly whatever away I did.
Yeah.
I know I adored that ending. Was brilliant. And I do know that it had to do with the writers Glenn and
Wong and Morgan. It was
that was the last episode they were writing before they went to another show.
Oh, so it was kind of
and so I do believe that message was meant for the show and for the
that's so perfect.
That's so cool.
That was great.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, they came back.
Yeah, they did a few seasons later. But yeah.
They came back and worked again on the show, which, and kudos, obviously, because they wrote that script.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah. And I think it was Kim Manners who directed it. I think that
that was his first. Wow.
Yeah. And he was just wonderful.
That's good to hear, because I mean, I feel like it was his first. It was so good.
I mean, that's what I understand.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it always gets brought up when people talk about who's the scariest villain. They're mentioning Mrs. Paddock. Like, I think your portrayal of her was so fantastic. So, layered.
It's so funny, this kind of thing. I just did a play in New York, and I just got a text, and it's the image of a TV screen in a living room, and I can tell that it's one of my scenes on the X-Files, and there is a cat, only a cat, sitting and watching it.
Oh my gosh.
It was sent by the woman who's the playwright of the play I did.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad somebody's enjoying it. She just said they just had a baby, so she obviously was away somewhere else dealing with the baby while the cat was enjoying.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, and that was our last question was, is there anything you're currently working on that you'd like to tell us about, or anything you'd like to promote or share?
Well, I've just finished a few things. One is in the last months, both of which, well, all of which actually, Paddock was a pretty sizable role as they go. I am your basic character actor, so my stuff is often very small, very short.
But memorable.
Just walk on and say copy and walk off. But I did 2 projects that just, the group of people I worked with were so fabulous that I'm going to mention them just because it was so much fun, not that I'm doing much in either of them. One is the new Jesse Eisenberg movie that's going to come out, I think, the end of this year, whenever. It's untitled so far. That was a great group of people to work with. And I just finished a very brief little stint on the new Todd Haynes movie.
Oh, no kidding.
That's now, and of which I cannot speak.
Got it.
But also an amazing group of people and an amazing experience. So those are 2 things that, but if either of them come out and you're watching for Mrs. Paddock, do not blink.
Okay. But that's awesome. Like, that it was just such a good experience.
They were both really just great experiences. So that's been good. And at my age, you take them when you can get them.
You don't have to answer this if you have no good answer, but I'll ask just in case. If you have had any personal, interesting paranormal experiences or anything like that if they maybe presumably not as intense as some of the ones on the X-Files, but we always ask our listeners if they have any stories they want us to share.
I have not. I kind of would love to. I'm not dead yet, so perhaps it'll happen. I guess if I pay attention to the episode I did, I should be careful what I ask for.
Yeah.
I should be very careful what I ask for. That was another fascinating element about that episode, is kind of the whole the whole, if you're going to have a belief,
Yeah.
have a belief. And be true to it, and don't just pretend you have a belief.
Yeah, seeing the like Satanists kind of phoning it in and not practicing right. Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm just going to come down here and teach a little lesson. Or maybe I should say come up here and teach a little. Oops. Not about the falling part. Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
You being willing to talk to us.
It's a pleasure. And I think it's really great, the focus that the two of you have on this particular show.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
We're both in our offices on campus right now. So.
You're both teaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, that is a wonderful profession.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations for doing it, both of you.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
It's important.
Thank you. Yeah, that's always
Thank
good to
you
hear.
for- Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this was great. We Want to Believe is hosted by Helen Werner and Liz Holden. It's produced by Zach Werner. The We Want to Believe theme music was created and recorded by Zach Werner. Find us at wewanttoBelievePod.com, on Instagram at wewanttoBelievePod, or send us an email at wewanttoBelievePod@gmail.com.